r/AskReddit asks. Americans, how you feeling about Trump's impeachment? It doesn't matter. He'll stay in office because of the Senate. Yep. The House impeaching him means literally less than nothing. The House is irrelevant. If they cease to exist, it wouldn't affect the US right now one bit. The Senate is the most powerful organization in the USA, way more powerful than the presidency. They will acquit Trump, and life will go on until the next major world tragedy, which will likely be something China does to spite Japan and South Korea. It is a shit show. The divide in this country is so sad. Never have I ever seen it so bad. Libs didn't like the Bushes and Republicans didn't like Clinton or Obama, but people were still rational and not as fucking divisive. There were Republicans who voted not to impeach Clinton and Democrats who voted for. It wasn't pure party politics, and people back then had the balls to stand up to what they perceived as what was right, not for what's gonna get them re-elected next term. Elected officials up there comparing this impeachment to Pearl Harbor and the trial of Jesus Christ. We can do better than this. If the evidence is there, remove him from office. If it's not, don't. But I'd prefer it's not a political issue, purely a legal one. Oh wait, I know where I live. Impeachment won't remove him from the office, only charge him with a federal crime. He'll still be president. Just like Clinton, he remained in office. Not to mention Trump holds majority in the Senate, they won't let it pass. Won't go anywhere. Senate won't convict and he'll probably get re-elected. I'd be far more excited if impeachment meant a president can't run again. But, you know, our system is insanely flawed, per usual. Apathetic? He has been one of the most hated presidents, now it's just on paper. Nothing really changes, he's running again, and he is probably going to win again. I don't really care. The world in the US won't end because we impeached a president, nor will it become some sort of utopia. It's just all these people worshipping a politician or who despise him like he's a false idol get annoying. I just want him off my screen and never want to hear his name or voice again. Sad that Pelosi is not threatening to never send the articles to the Senate. Which is a brilliant plan. They won't vote to convict anyway, so you might as well deny him the right to clear his name. Not big on peaches. If it was an impalement I'd be more into it. I read that his impalement at first and was like sure. Pelosi, the Senate will decide your fate. Chancellor Trump, I am the Senate. Pelosi, not yet. Chancellor Trump, it's impeachment, then. Ignites orange lightsaber /. What upsets me most is that our nation's concept of truth is being so degraded. His presidency has done irreparable damage to the concept of irrefutable facts. It's fine to be suspicious of politicians or the press, but it is possible to establish reliable facts. There are ways to find and evaluate reliable sources, but the American public is just learning to distrust everyone and everything. It's a bold and nihilistic strategy pioneered by Putin. Sow chaos and distrust and you can get away with anything. It used to be you had to lie and risk being found out. Now you can lie and then just lie again until people give up. I know he's not getting convicted, but when this sad chapter in American history is written there will be impeachment to show that not everyone went crazy. More societal division if it goes through. The supporters will rise up and blame the other political side and we will grow toward less tolerance and less peace. I'm Croatian, but I observe US politics closely. I also voice act, mostly in American or British accents, and am heavily involved with US. You are absolutely right. The people will fall for whatever divisive bullshit comes of it and we will be even less capable and stagnant as a nation because of it. I approve of it. I wish the Senate would step up and finish the job, but they won't. I don't know why some posters here are so sure he'll get re-elected. Sounds like concern trolling to me. Personally, I'm not convinced. He's still out selling football stadiums and not talking about hairy legs for kids to rub and touch. I wish the House had voted to censure instead of impeach. I think what Trump did was probably wrong, but for a few reasons doesn't rise to an impeachable offense. Censure would have been more appropriate and more likely to be politically successful. Materially, I doubt this means anything. Trump's numbers are steady. Democrats have not achieved overwhelming consensus among the U.S. population that impeachment is good. All the people who don't like Trump will still not like him. All those who do like Trump still like him too. May I find politics in general a gigantic shit show where all the players are shit. Dems and Repubs are two ends of the same shitty turd. I used to think that, too, until I perused voting history. It feels nice at first when I heard the news, but after looking at the House votes, no Republican voted for, it's clear it would never pass the Senate where it's Republican majority. Sad to think of all the people who put this one man above the Constitution. Yeah. As a Democrat I feel vindicated. But, really, I never thought they'd sink this low. I can only pray he won't get re-elected. Oh, he is. Democrats will run another candidate, cooperate stooge nobody likes, Biden probably, instead of Sanders, who people will actually vote for. I think it has merit and is appropriate, however, it may prove to be a strategic mistake for the Democrats. It could embolden and strengthen Trump's base and at least make it more tough for a Dem to win in 2020. The Senate will not remove Trump from office unless there is some major revelation. That said, I doubt he will be re-elected and then will blame the impeachment for his loss. It doesn't matter if it makes it harder for the Democrats to win, they did it regardless because it was the right thing to do. And if he does get banned from the 2020 election, which won't happen, but then it does help the Democrats anyway, even though that's not the point. Americans are still gonna be stupid and not get themselves informed like they always do, and then you have stupid people running around preaching shit that they only 15% understand. Meanwhile, while stupid Americans are teaching other stupid Americans on issues, the people that are actually in positions in the House and Senate are so divided that it's making the two-party system look like a joke. Just because conviction isn't 100% certain doesn't mean people should be acting like acquittal is 100% certain. Because I get trying to mobilize people, but some of you all sound like, because we can't get complacent so we have to assume the worst or at least be ready for it. That worst might as well be the documentary from the future he made and passed off as fiction of the engineered to be effective but still make a good story rebellion that takes the dystopia he'll create down that he sent back to the past to market and fund the regime to close the loop will be coming out soon. We live in a society where apparently you saying I'm a victim of X on Twitter makes you not God. If you are a female, of course. We also live in a society where Starbucks shut all of its stores for a day for diversity training or some crap like that. Keep in mind it's the same society that's supposed to uphold the Constitution. This impeachment probably is another way of saying I don't like the president cause my feelings. Also keep in mind that when our president won the election, the streets of LA, my general area, were filled with so many protesters that they caused a traffic jam just because he won. When will we as a country get our act together? I don't know, but if we don't then we will end up in a worse shithole than where we are now. Been a Republican all my life. This crap, and knowing that people really only care about party lines, known it for a while, this is just the last straw, I'm making me pass and go independent from now on. I will still want 1/2A protected, but damn, there are many Democrat policies that are viable and have needed to be implemented for a while now. I believe that the government needs to stay out of people's business affairs, and if people ruin them by refusing to serve certain customers based on religious or otherwise moral reasons, fine by them. But yes, last freaking straw.